Aslam, before I continue with this book we are reading, the Delhi court bombing, how large is this place, Delhi? Why do you not surround the whole area of Delhi, the city? Don't let anyone in or out until you have caught these criminals who have done this. Because you are worshipping idols, they have done this. Right, moving on. Abdullah Nacha, a Lebanese national whom supposedly filmed in the Quran. These people who do this with you are illiterate. In the Quran it states, do not marry those who worship idols until they believe as you believe, Muslims. Now what does this mean to you? It's written clearly, do not marry idol worshippers until they believe as you believe. Does it say kill them? It says don't marry them until they believe as you believe. This could be when they're born, or this could be just before they die. If in a house a Hindu family is living there, and you are Muslim people living across the road, and you number 100, and there's a Hindu family living across the road who worship idols. This one family, there's 5 people in the family. You are 100 across the road as Muslims. The Quran, Allah commands you here on earth, do not marry into their family until they believe as you believe. What, do you just go across the road and bomb them? Then how are they going to believe as you believe? They didn't even have a chance to believe as you believe. Now this same family lives in that house, is perishing, is dying, they become old. Everyone reaches 150 years old. Right when they reach 151, they say, okay, we believe as Muslims believe. But unfortunately, they're dead. You cannot take their lives. It's written, don't marry them. So you wait. So Allah loves the patient. So you wait. So you wait. So you wait. You don't really have to marry them. You don't even have to wait for them. You just ignore them. That's it. Hopefully when Jesus arrives, it should be different. A Lebanese national whom supposedly filmed the United States Embassy in Nairobi 4 days before the bomb exploded. Nacha, I don't know what kind of name this is, Lebanese name, Nacha. Nacha, don't pick up. It could also mean don't pick up. Was quickly apprehended soon after the blast. It is reported that he, along with others, ran a fish business funded by bin Laden in Nairobi as a front for the Al-Qaeda operation. So this Nacha was obviously happy having a fish business. Before he had nothing. And then all of a sudden he had a fish business. Oh, might as well join Al-Qaeda. They give me a fish business. I'm really happy man. Anyway, Muhammad Sadiq Oday, also known as Abu Mohat. It could also mean Abu Death actually. Also known as Nuruddin. Also known as Marwan. Also known as Haidar. Also known as Abdullah Bast Awada. Also known as Abdullah Basit Awada Mubarak Asyad or Asiyid, a Jordanian national whom joined Al-Qaeda in 1992. Oday received training in various camps in Afghanistan. In 1993, he relocated to Somalia to train Islamic troops opposed to United States involvement. In 1994, Oday moved to Mombasa, Kenya, and established a fishing business using Al-Qaeda funds to be used as a cover. On several occasions, he was visited by top aides, including Atif and Banshiri. Oday was arrested in Karachi, Pakistan, August 7, 1998, the day of the embassy bombings. He was detained after his flight from Nairobi. He was obviously moving into the Karachi, into Pakistan, obviously then to go on to Delhi, on to India and attack the Hindus actually. But they didn't have time. He was then extradited to Kenya on August 16, 1998 and subsequently handed over to the United States, where he was charged on August 28, 1998 in connection with Nairobi embassy bombing. On February 28, 2001, FBI Special Agent John Antisef testified that Oday told him that the Nairobi bombing was a blunder, since many Kenyan civilians were killed in the attack. So this bomb went off, they're with the Al-Qaeda, and he's telling him he's a blunder, which is a complete lie, because Kenyans are dead, and the Kenyans then thinking, who did this to us? We want revenge. Now he's calming the Kenyans down, saying that it was a mistake. Antisef also testified that Oday believed members of Al-Qaeda, especially Abdullah Ahmed Abdullah, was responsible for the bombing, although Oday especially denied any involvement in the bombing, because he didn't want to make enemies of the Kenyans against him. Then he would have befriended even more Kenyans, and they would have attacked even more harder. Muhammad Rashid Dawood Wahali, also known as Khalid Salim Saleh bin Rashid, also known as Muat, also known as Abdul Jabbar Ali Abdul Latif, taken into United States custody and charged on August 27, 1998, with the conspiracy to commit murder, use of a weapon of mass destruction, and 12 counts of murder. He reportedly got out of the Nairobi bomb truck just before detonation and threw a stun grenade at the Secretary Guard in front of the United States Embassy. He suffered injuries to his back, hands, and face as a result of the Nairobi embassy bombing. He has met with bin Laden on several occasions. Abdul Rahman Hussein Muhammad al-Safani, also known as Muhammad Umar al-Harazai, also known as Abdul Rahman Hussein al-Nashari, also known as Abdul Rahman Hussein al-Nasir, established the first of Al-Qaeda cell in Saudi Arabia. See, now this is complete. This, like, if there's a cell on, it says in Saudi Arabia, the area is a peace, is governed by Islam and is peaceful. You don't go there and make a criminal organization on Saudi Arabia. If things like this happen, they must be found, caught, and apprehended before it pollutes the society, you see. Attempted to smuggle anti-tank missiles and was arrested 9 anti-tank missiles and going to Saudi Arabia. What's there? What's on Saudi Arabia? Mosques, places of worship. What they're going to do with that's nasty. He reportedly was involved in the failed attack on the United States warship USS The Sullivans in Aden, January 2000. Subsequently, also could be a cover. If you have a cell, a criminal organization on Arabia, you could cover up many things, because it's Arabia. Who's going to do crime there? Subsequently, he fled to Kandahar, Afghanistan, where he was based at an Al-Qaeda guest house. He is also the prime suspect in the United USS Cole bombing. Safani has been identified by Yemeni authorities as the man who was the operations leader of the Cole attack. It is reported that his cousin was the suicide bomber in the Nairobi attack, named in the jury as Azam. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Hey, this next one, Sheikh Ahmed Salim Swedan, a Kenyan national, so he's not Sheikh. Sheikhs have national. Sheikhs exist. Sheikhs exist only on Arabia. They are born only on Arabia. Thank you very much for listening.